Now we take next method is in separation or purification of organic liquid is vacuum distillation or distillation under reduced pressure. It's vacuum distillation or distillation under reduced pressure. For which kind of liquids it is used? This method is used. This method can be used for purification or separation. We can say here of those liquid. This method is used to purify liquids having high boiling points or the liquids which can decompose at or below their boiling points. Now we can have several liquids which can decompose when the temperature reaches their boiling point, or the other liquid which have high boiling points. So to achieve the high temperature become difficult. So in that kind of case we can use vacuum distillation. What is done here? We can take in a flask. If I just draw a simple diagram here. Now inside the flask we are heating the liquid, and on the surface we are decreasing the pressure using vacuum pump. We can have liquid mixture here. Through this the liquid which is evaporating can be removed from the opening. Now what happens here? On the liquid surface, when the pressure is decreased, then what happens? The boiling point is decreased. The liquid will start boiling at lower temperature. So in this case, what is happening here? In this method, a liquid is made to boil. Liquid is made to boil at a temperature much below its normal boiling point. कैसे होता है ये वाला point? कि on the liquid surface, when the pressure is decreased, more amount of liquid evaporate, and then at lower temperature, the vapor pressure of liquid becomes equal to external atmospheric pressure. How we define this point, boiling point? The temperature at which the vapor pressure of liquid becomes equal to external atmospheric pressure. So what happens on the liquid surface when pressure is decreased? They create one kind of vacuum over liquid surface. So more amount of liquid will evaporate, and therefore at low temperature vapor pressure becomes equal to its boiling point, and therefore separation will be easier. This compound can be boiling at temperature much lower than normal boiling point. Example can be taken here. For which kind of liquids? We can take separation of glycerol. Separation of glycerol from spent lye is done by this method. From spent lye. So what happens? How to prepare glycerol? By the reaction of alkaline hydrolysis of triglycerides reaction with NaOH solution boiling, they will form glycerol. Glycerol have high boiling point. It have boiling point 575 Kelvin. So when we have high boiling point liquids, they will form the soaps. This separation of glycerol from spent lye in soap industry is done by this method. From this compound we have triglycerides of carboxylic acids, esters basically, hydrolyzed in alkaline medium to give glycerol plus soaps. From the mixture taken here, separation of glycerol is done by this method. तो क्या क्या इसमें पॉइंट ध्यान रखेंगे? For those liquid which have high boiling point, or those liquid which can decompose at or below their boiling point. What is the principle? For this method is used, or by this method a liquid is made to boil at a temperature much below their normal boiling point. Actually क्वेश्चन ये पूछता है कि किस में यूज कर सकते हैं. एग्जांपल के लिए अप्रोच क्या है, कौन से टाइप का लिक्विड को यूज करेंगे यहाँ पे, और इसका प्रिंसिपल क्या है. That is called vacuum distillation. Okay. Now next one taken is here steam distillation. Now next can be taken steam distillation. In steam distillation you can note down, इसको लिख लीजिए आप लोग, ठीक है. It is used to separate substances which are steam volatile and immiscible with water. The property you can keep in mind for steam volatile means passing steam, the mixture of vapors, liquid only, they will evaporate, vaporize, and the liquid organic compound taken is immiscible with water. This condition is compulsory, should keep in mind. फिर क्या होता है इसमें, अप्रोच क्या है कि here the stream is passed through a heated flask containing liquid to be distilled. Suppose we can have a flask in which we are passing steam. Steam is passed here, heating done here of the flask, and then it can be taken separate. It can be taken separator from where the vapor mixture will evaporate out, separate out. So what actually happens in this case on passing steam? The mixture is made to boil, or this mixture also boils at temperature lower than their normal boiling point. If I take example given here, aniline. You know the compound taken aniline have boiling point how much? 184 degrees Celsius. Water have boiling point 100 degrees Celsius, and the mixture is boiling at what temperature? 371 Kelvin temperature. इसका प्रिंसिपल क्या होता है? इसका प्रिंसिपल ये होता है कि when the sum total of vapor pressure of organic liquid plus vapor pressure of water, when the sum total will be equal to, it is vapor pressure of liquid plus water when become equal to external atmospheric pressure, that become the boiling point of the mixture. So in this case both the components will contribute for the vapor pressure, will contribute in the vapor pressure, and when they will contribute in vapor pressure at lower temperature, the sum total of vapor pressure of two components become equal to external atmospheric pressure, and therefore at that temperature liquid mixture will boil. And then what happen, we collect the vapors and condense and cool. On cooling we get liquid mixture of two components, one is organic liquid, second is water. और हमने क्या बोला, they are immiscible. When they are immiscible, using separating funnel, separation is done. We can take this separating funnel, it is called separating funnel, where we can take two liquids, they are immiscible, so they will form separate layers. They form separate layers. Whichever have density lower, higher will form lower side, and then this is separating funnel. Using separating funnel, we can separate the two components. Using separating funnel, then separation of two liquids can be done, water and the organic liquids. तो क्या लिखा है, एग्जाम्पल दिया इसमें aniline and water. इसमें की पॉइंट क्या है, एक बार फिर से देख लीजिए. The mixture of steam and volatile organic compound is condensed after heating and collected. On passing steam, they will give vapors. We collect vapor and condense them to form the liquid. Then separation is done by separating funnel of the organic liquid from the water. Organic compound here vaporize below their normal boiling points. Example taken this one. Mixture will have total vapor pressure equal to pressure of atmosphere. It boils. We will collect vapor and condense to form liquid mixture. That liquid mixture will have separation done using separating funnel. It is called separating funnel. Are you clear? It is taken steam distillation. Now next method can be taken here. So we can let's summarize here. We can take four approaches in distillation. One is called simple distillation, where the two liquids will have very high difference in boiling point. We can use simple distillation, or one component is volatile, one is non-volatile. Then purification can be done by simple distillation. Second taken here is fraction distillation, when two liquids have similar boiling points, small difference in boiling points, especially in that case we are using fractional distillation. Third taken is vacuum distillation, in which when the liquids have high boiling points, or when the liquids can decompose at or below their boiling points, for their separation or purification we are using vacuum distillation. In vacuum distillation we decrease the boiling point of liquid by reducing pressure over liquid surface, and it is taken steam distillation where the organic liquid which are immiscible in water and steam volatile, for their purification we are using this method steam distillation. Using separating funnel, separation is done in last. On passing steam through mixture or impure liquids, vapors are arising of steam plus organic liquids, and this is the approach taken steam distillation. So this can be taken 4 methods in distillation. Now next approach taken is differential extraction. Now we take next method taken is differential extraction. Used for which liquids or which compounds? Not liquids. It is used for purification of non-volatile substances. इसमें होता क्या है? The substance taken here, it is more soluble in organic solvent than in water. In this case, we take which organic solvent? We take organic solvent is that which is immiscible with water. We take such organic solvent which is immiscible with water. In that case, we are using this differential extraction, used for purification of non-volatile substances. ठीक है? किसमें लिखा है? More we are taking in this case those organic compounds or substances which are more soluble in organic solvents than in water, and then organic solvent should be taken that one which is immiscible in water. How this approach is done? We can take in a container. We take in a container organic, the substance taken here. Let's say I am writing organic substance. I am writing as A. And plus we have water. Plus we can have impurities. Everything is there. Now in this solution of compound, organic compound in water which is having impurity also, let's say impurity can be taken B. In that we are adding organic solvent let's say X. X we are adding organic solvent add X from outside, and now shake thoroughly for some time. Shake thoroughly entire mixture for several minutes. Keep on shaking. What happens now? We have discussed that the organic substance is more soluble in organic solvent as compared to in water. So since the compound taken A is more soluble in the organic solvent, so majority of A will pass to the organic solvent layer. On shaking thoroughly, mixing, so we will form 2 layers. One can be taken upper layer which contain A organic substance plus X the organic solvent. Lower layer will contain water plus impurity plus some A. Some A will be still there. All of the A may not pass to the organic solvent layer, plus some A can be there. So now they will form 2 distinct layers because we have taken solvent is such that it is water immiscible. So they form separate layer, and then using separating funnel, we can use one separating funnel. Using separating funnel, they have separate layers. One is A plus X, second layer will have impurity plus solvent plus some A may be there. And now after that we can take here in separate container, we take A plus X. On boiling or heating, what happen? Solvent is volatile, X solvent is volatile, evaporate out, P और A will be left behind. समझ में आया कि नहीं है इसमें कि हमने क्या किया इस केस में कि एक हमारे पास इम्प्योर सॉल्यूशन कंपाउंड का सॉल्यूशन था, उसमें हमने ऐड किया सॉल्वेंट को, एरोनिक सॉल्वेंट को, जिसमें कि ए कंपाउंड क्या है मोर सॉल्युबल होगा, एंड शेक किया थॉरोली फॉर सेवरल मिनट्स. फिर क्या होगा मेजॉरिटी ऑफ ए, क्योंकि हमारा कंडीशन क्या है ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंस टेकन इज मोर सॉल्युबल इन द organic solvent, so majority of A will pass to the organic solvent layer, and therefore and then after that shaking mixture thoroughly, this is passing to this, and then using separating funnel, separation done, and we take in separate flask, heating flask A plus X on boiling. Organic solvent is volatile, evaporate out. हमने क्या लिखा था non volatile substances. कंपाउंड A क्या है non volatile है, evaporate नहीं हो पाएगा और कहां पर हो जाएगा लेफ्ट इन द सेम कंटेनर. दैट कैन बी डन. मेथड इज कॉल्ड डिफरेंशियल एक्सट्रैक्शन. तो इसमें आपका डिफरेंस क्या है, इसमें प्रॉपर्टी का व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल दैट इट इज यूज्ड फॉर प्यूरिफिकेशन ऑफ दोस ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस व्हिच आर मोर सॉल्युबल इन ऑर्गेनिक सॉल्वेंट देन इन वाटर. तो सॉल्युबिलिटी इज द प्रॉपर्टी वी आर यूजिंग हियर इन द गिवन differential extraction. Okay, now next topic next can take method is taken chromatography. Now let us take our next topic chromatography. First write down definition. देखिए इसका definition क्या होता है, write down. ठीक है, it is based on general principle of distribution of the components of a mixture of organic compounds between two phases. One is called stationary phase and second is called mobile phase. Stationary phase can be solid or liquid, whereas mobile phase can be gas or liquid. Now basically when we use chromatography, इसका meaning है chromatography. Chroma means color. For separation of mixture of colored substances, mixture of inks, their pure separation, we are using this technique chromatography, especially when the amount is very small. Amount like here it is in micro even amounts we can use, or we can use this principle chromatography by even minute amounts we can use. तो इसका advantage ये होता है. And moreover for the compound which are having colored, or one is colored, one is colorless substance, for their separation we can use this method of chromatography. Now you have told that we have one stationary phase, we can have something like something where we have one stationary phase and one thing we have mobile phase. What is stationary phase? It is fixed, it is not moving. And what is mobile phase? Which is moving up and down, which can move. That's meaning mobile phase. So stationary phase can be solid or liquid, whereas mobile phase can be liquid or gas. So accordingly when we have stationary phase is taken solid, then the basis of separation is adsorption property, and where when the stationary phase is liquid, then the separation basis is partition. We have accordingly two types of chromatography. One is called adsorption chromatography and second is called partition chromatography. समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? Adsorption कब यूज करते हैं अगर हमारा solid दिया है stationary phase, और partition यूज करते हैं if you have liquid as the stationary phase. We have two types of chromatography accordingly. One is called adsorption chromatography and second is called partition chromatography. Let us take one. First one taken adsorption chromatography. One can be taken adsorption chromatography. In adsorption chromatography क्या होता है? What property we are using? The property is used is adsorption here. The property we are using is adsorption. The different component of a mixture will get adsorbed on the stationary phase to different extent. In this case we take a solid is taken as stationary phase. We can take stationary phase. Common taken is here alumina paste or silica gel. Silica gel, they are solids. This solid is stationary phase, while we have liquid or solvents or mixture of liquids as mobile phase. Mobile phase taken as liquid means we can take different solvents which can dissolve the component to be separated here, that is mobile phase. Solvent or mixture of solvent we can use as mobile phase. So solid is stationary phase and liquid is the mobile phase. In this case we are using the technique adsorption chromatography. In adsorption what happens, what is the principle here? The different components of a mixture, get adsorbed to different extent on stationary phase and travel different distances under the effect of mobile phase. This adsorption chromatography taken two types. One is called as column chromatography. Two types can have this one. One is called column chromatography. Second is called as TLC. TLC is called thin layer chromatography. So I will explain to you this two types here further in this adsorption chromatography. आपका सिलेबस में इतना ही है, कॉलम टीएलसी और एक पार्टीशन है पेपर क्रोमेटोग्राफी. वहीं पे क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में बहुत रेयर है क्वेश्चन पूछे इसमें, बट यू शुड बी नोइंग कि कैसे क्वेश्चन आता है. तो लेट अस फर्स्ट टेक हियर कॉलम क्रोमेटोग्राफी. It is a type of adsorption chromatography that we take in this case a long glass tube, open at both ends. This glass tube is called as column. It is filled with alumina paste or silica gel. We take long glass tube, open at both ends. It contains paste of alumina, Al2O3 paste, or silica gel solid. The paste of silica gel or alumina paste is filled in the glass tube, which is open at both ends, and the mixture of suppose inks or dyes. Suppose we can have mixture of inks or dyes here, for which separation is required here. It can have suppose three colored compounds, red, blue, black. So what happened? It is the mixture, suppose three component A plus B plus C. Let's assume that here this will have three component mixture, and then from the top is this alumina paste or silica gel. They are solids acting as stationary phase. From the top is solvent or a mixture of solvent is flowing downward, which can dissolve the component ABC. The solvent, or we take a mixture of solvent which can dissolve ABC. So this mixture get dissolved by solvent, and then this mixture will travel downward distance under the effect of this mobile phase. Solvent will go out ultimately. Now in this case, different component ABC, they can be adsorbed to different extent over the stationary phase. So if I just write here, they start separating. And they form suppose three bands type here, separation done. The separation will be like in the beginning, not so separate, but anyway, just writing here to explain this point to concept to you. So it can be suppose taken A, B, C. So we have three components. Component C adsorbed least. Component C is adsorbed least, will travel maximum distance in downward direction, whereas component A adsorbed maximum will travel less distance in downward direction. So separation is first achieved of A. Okay, that A we can take here in solvent, then evaporation. Solvent can evaporate out, and pure A will be any component, suppose C is taken first, so first C will separate out in solvent. We will take that solvent which contains C, and then by evaporation solvent will evaporate out and C will be left behind. So first the component adsorbed least will separate, and then B, and in last the component which is adsorbed maximum will separate out. That is the concept of this adsorption chromatography. Different components are adsorbed over the stationary phase to different extent, and they will travel different distances under the effect of mobile phase due to different extent of adsorption, and then separation can be done of three components. So we are using glass tube only, that is called column, so it is named as column chromatography. समझ में आया? आपका नेक्स्ट आएगा इसमें TLC, थिन लेयर क्रोमेटोग्राफी. क्या होता है? लेट अस सी TLC now. TLC, what does TLC stand for? T thin layer chromatography. TLC, thin layer chromatography. Now what is done here? In this case, in TLC or thin layer chromatography, we take in a jar, we are taking one glass plate. This can be taken glass plate. Glass plate. Over the glass plate, a thin layer of alumina or silica gel is pasted. Then it is put in a jar. The base it is around taken here 0.2 millimeter thickness, thin layer around 0.2 millimeter thick, or thin layer is pasted on the glass plate, and then we can take the mixture to be separated. Here is put 2 centimeter above the baseline. It is baseline, and then it is filled with solvent. We can have solvent or mixture of solvent, liquid. This liquid is here mobile phase, and this we can take thin layer of alumina paste or silica gel which is pasted is solid, so acting as stationary phase. And then what happen? The solvent rise up the glass plate by the solvation factor. And when solvent is rising up, so you can take this mixture. Solvent can travel distance up to, suppose I am taking here from the baseline this distance, and mixture can travel some distance carried by the solvent up to here. So you can take two distance. One distance can be taken here x, second distance can be taken here y. Here x is the distance traveled by the mixture or the component in mixture, and y is the distance traveled by the solvent. So we take one term called as RF. RF is called as retardation factor, or also called sometimes as retention factor, RF. It is the ratio of the distance traveled by mixture, by the component, by the distance traveled by solvent. This RF I can write is equal to ratio of x upon y. What is x here? X is the distance traveled by the component or the mixture in component, and y is taken the distance traveled by solvent. Solvent rise up will dissolve this component, and in the mixture we can have different components. They can be adsorbed to different extent, and then separation can be achieved of the components over the stationary phase under the effect of this mobile phase. So again the property is used here, adsorption. So it is category of adsorption chromatography. In this case, if the value of RF is higher, that means x is higher, that means component is adsorbed less. The component is adsorbed less will travel more distance, while the component adsorbed more will travel less distance in the upward direction. and that this distance traveled will depend on the nature of substance, whether it is having higher molar mass or greater van der Waals interaction forces or polarity dipole interactions. So different factors can be there which can influence the distance traveled by the, we can take component of mixture and the Y. High value of RF means less adsorption, low value of RF means more adsorption of the component over the stationary phase. That is, we can call adsorption chromatography. Okay. Now next can be taken partition chromatography. That is, example will be taken there, paper chromatography. Let us see. Now next taken is partition chromatography. Already I told you that when the liquid is taken stationary phase, then the basis of separation is partition. इसमें क्या होता है, it is based on the continuous differential partitioning of component of mixture between stationary and mobile phase. In this case, example taken is paper chromatography. Paper chromatography. In this, a special quality paper is taken. A special quality paper is taken which has water trapped in it. Water trapped in it. This water which is trapped here, this water will act as stationary phase. Stationary phase. So we told you this, that in this case, when the liquid is taken as stationary phase, then we are using partition chromatography. We are taking special quality paper. It is a practical you do in your class 11-12 syllabus as well. Paper chromatography. इसका बेसिस क्या होता है कि we are what how it is done here. We take a paper strip. We take a special quality paper. With this paper contain water trapped in the paper. So in this paper, at the baseline 2 cm above, we place the mixture of inks, mixture of dyes, or the component to be separated, and then it is suspended in a solvent, in a flask. It can be in solvent here. Just at the baseline, touching the solvent, we place the solvent. Now what happens? Solvent rise up the paper by capillary reaction. Here the solvent is liquid is mobile phase. Liquid is mobile phase. Solvent rise up the paper by capillary reaction, and then it will dissolve this mixture, and then partitioning is done. Depending on the extent of partitioning, they will form different layers. So it will take normally long time, around 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes we leave in one day and then we check next day. So then what happens? This partitioning is done of these different components under the effect of mobile phase. Water is trapped in the paper, that is acting as stationary phase. Example is this one here, paper chromatography. So we will get the different bands, like one band can be up to here, one band can be up to here. Means different, suppose we have ink or mixture of ink or dyes, so separation can be done on the paper strip. The paper strip obtained finally is called as chromatogram. The paper strip obtained is then called as chromatogram. If the colors are not visible, then this can be observed under microscope. So it is about your method of purification and separation of organic compounds. That is step 1, purification part. Now second step taken after second step is taken qualitative analysis. Okay, after we get the pure substance, our next aim is to know that the organic substance contain which all elements. कंपाउंड प्योर आपको मिल चुका है, आपको उसमें चेक करना है इसमें कौन से एलिमेंट्स हैं. तो एलिमेंट का हम टेस्ट करते हैं, डिफरेंट टेस्ट करेंगे एलिमेंट्स के लिए. उनसे हम क्या होता है, एलिमेंट्स का नॉलेज मिलेगा. तो इसमें डिफरेंट टेस्ट कैसे करते हैं, क्या क्या रिएक्शंस कैसे आपके इन्वॉल्व होंगी, दैट इज टेकन अंडर सेकंड पार्ट, सेकंड हेडिंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड क्वालिटेटिव एनालिसिस, डिटेक्शन ऑफ एलिमेंट्स. So let us start now the next topic. Now after purification of the organic compounds, the step second taken is estimation detection of elements. Okay, that the organic compound contain which all elements, that is taken under heading qualitative analysis. We are studying here, or we will study here, detection of different elements or test of different elements. For the identification of different elements, we will take the chemical test. From the chemical test, elements can be confirmed. So first can be taken test of carbon and hydrogen. It is done by same experiment. It is done in same experiment. Now what happens for testing of carbon and hydrogen in same experiment? That the organic compound is heated with copper oxides. The organic compound is heated with copper oxide. In the compound we have carbon. On heating with copper oxide will convert to CO2 and copper metal. Balance कर लेंगे इसमें. And if we have compound have hydrogen, so hydrogen organic compound will have definitely C and H. Most commonly they will have these two elements always. So then this hydrogen on combustion reaction with copper oxide, it can give H2O. H2O obtained in vapor phase or first obtained in vapor phase on heating plus copper. Then as per reaction taken here, in the organic compound we have carbon, that becomes CO2, hydrogen becomes water, and then CO2 gas turns lime water milky. CO2 gas turns lime water milky, whereas water vapor or water obtained in the reaction absorbed by copper sulfate solution, that become blue color. Let us see the reaction wise. What is lime water? Solution of calcium hydroxide. Reaction with CO2 gas, it form white precipitate of calcium carbonate. It form white PPT of calcium carbonate. So that given solution milkiness. Second reaction taken of water vapor. Water will be absorbed, will convert anhydrous copper sulfate to blue. When you take anhydrous copper sulfate, it is having white color without water of crystallization. It is white. It absorbs water vapor or water molecules. It forms hydrated copper sulfate solid. It have blue color. The formation of copper sulfate pentahydrate is blue color, will indicate the presence of water. The water vapor can be condensed and absorbed, but first condensed and absorbed by anhydrous copper sulfate without water of crystallization. It is white in color. When absorb moisture, water, it will form hydrated copper sulfate, which will be having blue color. So this is the test of carbon and hydrogen in same experiment. Okay. Now let us take the test of other elements. Now other elements are difficult to test by direct approach, because in the other elements, like we can have halogens, we can have sulfur, we can have nitrogen. They are present in the covalent form. So in the covalent form, it is difficult to test them directly. So we convert them to some salts in which the testing can be done of these elements. So the common approach taken is Lassane's method for the testing of your element taken sulfur, nitrogen and halogens. Okay, let's take the next approach for the remaining elements.